Hello, I'm Mandy and this is my channel Make It Sew. Today is day 14 of the sewing vlogmas tour that Agata from In Agata's Cottage and Sam from Sequin Girly Creates have created. And you would have seen 13 people before me, I would hope, as we're nearly, well, we're over halfway now to Christmas. We've only got like 11 days left. So I thought I'd talk you through what makes I've made since my Friday Sews vlog, and I'd show you some lovely decorations that I've made over the last few years, that every time it's Christmas I get them out of the box and I smile because they've all got good memories. And then I thought I'd show you what I'm planning to make for Christmas in the next few days, and then a little sew along for the Apple Watch strap that I showed in my gift to November. So first of all, you might have noticed I'm wearing something a bit festive here, so it won't come as no surprise that it's another Deer and Doe Sirocco jumpsuit, because they are one of my favourite makes that I've made this year. So this is now my fourth one, but there's a couple of slight adaptations. One being that I've done it with long sleeves again, like I did my autumn one. So all I did was I had the sew over it Estelle dress, and I added the length of that sleeve with that cut onto the sleeve that you get as part of the Sirocco pattern. And while sewing it, I did a couple of different things. Normally the instructions tell you to sew the sleeves on once you've joined the side seams, but I found it easier to lay it out flat like Tilly and the Buttons tends to do with a lot of her makes. It still had to be eased in at the top, but it wasn't that difficult. And the other thing I do is something that I learned from Andrea at Beyond the Pink Door, is that I sew both both front pieces together and both back pieces together, rather than how they tell you in the instructions. It's just easier to then put them on the waistbands. So I will insert some pictures of me wearing it here, and I made it today. I started last night, and you know, what was it last night? I've lost track of days at the moment. Trying to think now. I started cutting it out on Monday night, when I joined the virtual sewing room. They have several dates every month where you can join people worldwide, from America. We've had someone from Germany, I think, as well. So it's really nice for just anyone that wants some company while they're sewing to join in. And that's over on Instagram if you want to look at it, and I'll put a link in the description box below. And then Tuesday night, which was a couple of nights ago, I joined the BTHQ. I'm part of the Platinum Club, and they have a sew along virtually again via Zoom. So I carried on sewing this then, and I finished it today. So that's my Sirocco, and I'm really chuffed because it's the only thing so far I've managed to make that's festive. So hopefully I'll make something else, but I have, like I said, got a few more plans. The other thing I managed to make is, it's a fabric gift bag. It's a free pattern by Audrey Essere, and that's on cotton and Bourbon. So that's what it looks like. I just thought it looked slightly different. It didn't have a drawstring. It's actually, it fastens up by these ties. The only thing I will say is, and I'll show you just what I'm on about, this is the pattern piece. It's quite a long piece, so the actual length of the fabric has to be 24 inches and 10 inches wide. So you need 4 pieces like that of both coloured fabrics, because it's got an interior and exterior. So it's a lovely gift bag, but I haven't got that many bits of Christmas fabric in my stash that are that long. But this is what I did. Haven't put anything in it yet. So it's got 2 ties that you put up in knots. So I'll just undo them to show you what it looks like. They're like a couple of pairs of bunny ears. And then you've just got your interior as well. So it fits quite a lot of stuff in it, and I think that would look unique under the Christmas tree. But like I say, I haven't got that many pieces of fabric that are 40 inches by 24. So I might make a couple more of those. It was an easy make. The instructions are so clear, but it just takes a lot of fabric. So the other thing I have to show you is unfortunately I missed out on a couple of advent calendars I would have loved. So I've been enjoying watching other vloggers open them every day, but maybe next year. So this is my Beautiful Things advent calendar. So I did do a bit of this on the social as well. So we got week 2, and again we got some pieces of fabric, and they were all cut to size except for the base, and we made this. Hopefully you can see that all right. So it's got a massive pocket here and another pocket here, and they're both bound, and that's now ready to go for week 3 and 4, and week 4 we'll know what it is. So we've all been trying to think what it might be. So this was the first one I did, so we're wondering if that folds over, and then we're wondering if this goes inside, so it's like some sort of book, but we won't know yet. But I've been enjoying doing that because it involves quilting as well, and just using a bit of creativity and putting all the different pieces of fabric and colours together. What am I going to plan? Well, I have a few definites that I need to do. One of them, excuse this noise rustling, in here is all the pieces that I've cut out ready to do my son's Helens closet dressing gown. So if you haven't heard of this one, it's the Arbutus robe, and I would have explained that I'm doing this because my son's 6'4" and I can't get a dressing gown anywhere in the shops even long enough. So I did originally increase the pattern by 8 inches, and I realised when I read their instructions in here they showed you the height difference because this is designed for 5'6". So I took it down to 4 inches extra. So I've got all the bits cut out, and I'm even sneaking a bit of cheekiness in it because I've got this ribbon I got him years ago, and I never found a use for it, but this is going to be great for the interior or internal ties. He said no one will be able to see them, will they? I was like, no, you're fine. So I can get away with that one. And another one that I need to make for Christmas is with the fabric that I bought from the Knitting and Stitching show. So it's all washed and ready, some cotton for my daughter. She wants some pyjama bottoms in that. Also for my daughter, I'm going to be using this mushroom fabric I got her from Nightham Fabrics, and she wants some of the Tilly and the Buttons Juno pyjamas. Now, I'm not sure how it will go because this feels a bit thicker than what I used when I made mine out of that gorgeous fabric from Andrea's subscription box. But I'm going to see how it goes anyway. And I've got this colour cuffing that I bought just because I like the colour from Beautiful Things when I went down there. So I thought that would go really nicely with the colour on the fabric. So I'm not sure how that's going to go because it is a slightly different, like sturdier fabric. It's still stretchy, but it's quite thick because it's a scuba twill. So we'll see how they go, but you can always use them as loungewear if they're not suitable for pyjama bottoms in bed. I got some fat quarters when I ordered the fleece for my son's dressing gown, and I really love gingerbread men, so when I saw those I thought I've got to. And I've seen I think it was Andrea from French Seams who done some mats or some cutlery holders, and I just thought, oh, I could make some of those for Christmas Day. So I'm hoping, that's not an essential one, but I'm hoping I can get that one in because it's a nice, you know, simple make. And then the last thing I'm planning, I mean, hopefully I can do some more, but you know what time's like, and it is only 11 days. So I watched Sam from So Let It Sparkle with Sam, and she done a sew along for some makeup wipes in a little lovely pouch, and I'd ordered this off Pound Fabrics. It's bamboo toweling to make a hair turban, but I'm going to have so much left over I thought I could make some of those as well. And I've also got some labels that I can put on the pouches. So that's my plans, and I'll let you know how I get on. So the last thing I'm going to do is just show you the tutorial to make the watch straps. I know I say Apple, that's just because I've got an Apple Watch, and it's for anything that has a removable strap basically. So I don't think you can, like my daughter's got a Garmin, that wouldn't work for that because the straps are fixed, but it's anything that has a removable strap you can do this for. So I'll leave that with you. Just see you right at the end. Bye for now. So this is the pattern that I downloaded for free from 5 out of 4 patterns, and it talks you through the whole sew. So I won't go into too much detail. I was gifted this fabric, which is absolutely gorgeous, and I thought it's really festive. So that's what I'm going to use for this. The first thing you have to do is cut your fabric 3 inches by 18 inches. You can use knit, it says, but that can get a bit thick. First bit you need to do is fold over the short ends and press them by 3/8 inches, which I've just done. Then you need to fold your fabric right sides together along a long piece like that. And you need to sew it all along this top with a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. My presser foot is 1/4 of an inch, so I just line up the edge of the fabric with the edge of the foot. So the next thing you need to do, it says to finger press the seam, because if you iron it you're going to have creases when you turn it inside out. So you need to sort of squish it. It's a bit fiddly because it is such a small seam allowance, but there you go. And then you need to turn it inside out, so whatever you normally use to do a strap or anything like that, I have got these prim point turners. Normally you'd sew up one end to push it through because it does make life easier, but for this you can't, so it's just a bit of fiddling. Oh, there we go. So you get your elastic and you need to thread it through the tube that you've now turned the right way out, and thread it through. You don't want to go all the way, so once you get near the end of this piece, you keep pulling it. It's taking time. Right, it needs to be 1/2 an inch from the edge. I'm just checking I didn't go too far. You can soon get it back again, she says. Right, let's just check that again. Yep, so that's 1/2 an inch. And then what you're going to do is make sure it's centered in the actual strap, or tube as she calls it, and you want to hold it in place and use a straight stitch just to secure it. So I'll go and do that now. So I just went to my machine and I sewed over, so I've caught that elastic in and I've secured it both at the start and the finish. So now I've done that, I have to continue feeding this other bit of elastic through to get to the other end. But again, you're going to do it so it's 1/2 an inch away from this edge. I've just flipped it over. So that's my one I've done. And this is now this one. So I'm just going to thread it through again. You see my elastic just there. So what I need to do is take that safety pin off and then just slowly let it go so that it's only 1/2 an inch in. So this is the other end of the tube. I've pinned it in place because it just pinged back, so I had to pull it out again. So I'm now going to sew that one, and then I'll show you what you do next. So now both elastic is sewn on. You'll see you're starting to get a little ruching, which is what you want. So the last thing to do really is to attach the connectors. It's a bit fiddly, but you get there in the end. So there's one. And you'll notice on the top of the connector, this Apple Watch, you have 1, 2, 3 black holes. So that is classed, because it's 3 solid black buttons they class it as, that is classed as the top of the connector. And then the other one, when you're applying it, you need to use the other side, which you'll see is the 2 black with the silver one in the middle. It will make sense once you do it. Just to make it straightforward, you'll see I've got 3 solid bars on the one I've made already, and there's the top of my watch, so that would go in like that. So you've got to make sure that when you make it, one of your straps is threaded in so the solid bars are on top, and then obviously at the bottom you'll have the 2, so it looks like that. So we'll do that next. So I've just threaded through the strap through the connector, so if you look at it, that is going to be your top. So I've threaded it so it goes behind. You thread it till it hits where you sewed the elastic, and then all you're going to do is you can leave it flat or you can tuck in the sides a bit, and you just need to sew that on. So I'll do that first and then I'll come back to you. I've sewn across there. I've only done this in white so you can see it easier. So that is your first one. Obviously you trim all your bits off, and that will sit in the top of my watch. So the next one needs to go through so that the 2 solid bars are showing at the top. So you need to thread it through again, through the connector until it hits that elastic again where you sewed it, and then you're going to turn it over and fold it again, and then sew that in place along here to secure it. So I'll do that next and then we'll show you how it looks. There it is. So you'll see on the other side, like I say, I've done it in white so you can see it. Thread it through the connector. This is your bottom one. So you threaded it through and secured the folded bit. And the same that side. So all there is to do now is to put it in your watch. So you can have your 3 bits at the top and your 2 at the bottom, and you can just put it on. There you have it. One strap. It didn't take long at all, did it? Okay. Lovely. Hope you enjoyed that tutorial, and thank you for watching. So you should have seen Anne-Marie yesterday, me today, and then tomorrow you've got Knots and Needles. This Vlogmas tour is going throughout December, so if you go on to either Sequin Girly Creates channel, she has a playlist of all the people that have already done this, and I think if you also look for the hashtag Sewing Vlogmas Tour, you should be able to find other people's videos there as well. So I'll leave you to it now because I'm sure you've all got lots of things to do leading up to Christmas, and if you could like and subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. Let me know what you're making up to the run up to Christmas, as we haven't got long now. Okay, take care. Bye.